The poor soul sat sighing by a sycamore tree. Sing old green willow, her hand on her bosom, her head on her knee. Sing willow, willow, willow. The fresh stream ran by her and murmured her moans. Sing willow, willow, willow. The salt tears fell from her and softened the stones. Lay by these, sing willow, willow. Prithee, hidey, he'll come anon. Sing, oh, the green willow must be my garden. Let nobody blame him, his scorn I approve. Nay, that's not next. Hark, who is that knocks? It's the wind. I called my love false love, but what said he then? Sing willow, willow, willow. I called my love false love, but what said he then? Sing willow, willow, willow.
To the bridge, dear friends! Once more! Or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger! Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard, fervent rage! Then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Let it pry through the portage of the head like the brass cannon. Let the brow o'erwhelm it as fearfully as doth a galled rock, or hang and jutting his confounded base, swilled with the wild and wasteful ocean. Now set the teeth, and stretch the nostril wide. Hold hard the breath, and bend up every spirit to its full height. On, you noblest English! Whose blood is fed from fathers of war-proof, fathers that, like so many Alexanders, have in these parts from morn till even fought, and sheathed their swords for lack of argument. Dishonour not your mothers. Now attest that those whom you called fathers did beget you. Be copy now to men of grosser blood, and teach them how to war. And you, good yeoman, whose limbs were made in England, show us here the mettle of your pasture. Let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not, for there is none of you so mean and base that hath not noble lustre in your eyes. I see you stand like greyhounds in the slip, straining upon the start. The game's afoot. Follow your spirit, and upon this charge, cry God for Harry, England, and St. George!
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outsides hath not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that straight methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts, distractedly. She loves me. Sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise. See now our wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy it is for proper false in women's waxen arts to set their forms. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we, for such as we are made of, such we be. All this fact. My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And now she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs will poor Olivia breathe? Time, thou must untangle this, not I. 'Tis too hard and not for me to untie.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, or made to court an amorous looking-glass, I, that am rudely stamped, and want love's majesty to strut before a wanton ambling nymph, I, that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them, why I, in this weak, piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my shadow in the sun and descant on mine own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Plots have I laid, inductions dangerous by drunken prophecies, libels, and dreams, to set my brother Clarence and the king in deadly hate the one against the other. And if King Edward be as true and just as I am subtle, false, and treacherous, this day shall Clarence closely be mewed up about a prophecy which says that G of Edward's heirs the murderer shall be. Dive thoughts down to my soul. Here Clarence comes.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady her fellows shows. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
Come now, around all, and a fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rose buds, some war with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my small owl's coats, and some to hold back the clamorous owl who nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
Spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind worms do not wrong, come not near our fairy queen. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby, la 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 lullaby.
One aloof, stand sentinel.
O Charmian, where thinkest thou he is now? Stands he, or sits he? Or does he walk? Or is he on his horse? O happy horse, to bear the weight of Antony. Do bravely, horse, for whom thou think thou movest, the demi-atlas of this earth, the arm and burgeonant of men. He's speaking now, or murmuring, where's my serpent of old Nile? For so he calls me. Now I feed myself with most delicious poison. Think on me, that am with Phoebus, amorous pinches black and wrinkled deep in time. Broad-fronted Caesar, when thou was last upon the ground, I was but a morsel for a monarch, and great Pompey would stand and make his eyes grow in my brow. There would he anchor his aspect and die with looking on his life.
What? Were you snarling all before I came? Ready to catch each other by the throat? And turn you now your hatred all on me? Oh God, I pray him that none of you shall live your natural age, but by some unlooked accident cut off.
Have done thy charm, thou hateful withered hag.
And leave out thee. Stay, dog, for thou shalt hear me. If heaven have any grievous plague in store, exceeding that I can wish upon thee, oh, let them hold it till thy sins be ripe, and then hurl it down on thee, the troubler of the poor world's peace. The worm of conscience still benaw thy soul. Thy friends, taken for suspects whilst thou liv'st, and take deep traitors for thy dearest friends. Let no sleep close up that deadly eye of thine, unless it be while some tormenting dream affrights thee with the hell of ugly devils. Thou elvish-marked, abortive, rooting hog! Thou that was sealed in thy nativity, the slave of nature and the son of God! Thou slander of thy mother's heavy womb, thou loathed issue of thy father's loins! Thou rag of honour, thou detested
Margaret!
Richard!
Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where ox slips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, sweet musk roses and eglantine. There sleeps Titania, sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enamelled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Takest thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Affect some care in it, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crows.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold!